getting married at the age of
He-
15 or lower
He
at this point of
expected
age.
it to be a child.
Well, hello, little boy.
Oh yeah, I knew all along. Okay, so I get dressed after reading the letter and I head over.
Diff, you get a knock.
Interrupting my prayers.
You're not naked, are you?
No.
Okay.
I open the door slightly annoyed.
I'll hand you a note.
And slightly naked.
So yeah, you guys will all get notes. Requesting your presence. Like basically as soon as you get the note.
I read that
ASAP.
note in that inflection.
Does it
The
say
director
to
be
a place?
requesting your presence. Yo.
Say what?
Does it say to a place that doesn't give directions?
Uh,
Because if it doesn't get directions, I'm totally gonna get lost.
so the note just says come to the main tower, and there's only one tower.
Okay, never mind then.
The other buildings are either 1 or 2 stories tall. The tower's at least a good 4 or 5 stories tall. It definitely stands out. It's the circular area on the map labeled number
Well,
1.
he can get lost if he wants to. I mean, the other of us are.
I
Going
wasn't gonna
for
get
it.
purposely lost. No.
It's hard to miss, and there's a fair people milling about in the morning as well, so you can definitely.
I wouldn't ask for
Ask
directions.
directions.
I wouldn't do that. Don't be ridiculous.
Fair enough.
What?
All right, so the Jocelyn will actually be the one to talk to you guys.
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
sort of in the downstairs hall and ask you to report what happened.
You report what happened?
Do you guys admit anything? Embellish anything?
I mean,
Probably the part where we
Nothing.
killed 2 prisoners.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
I wish
I'm not.
that-
They were evil. So I think
I-
just give it
You're
factual.
going to be gained from killing them, Daniel.
Yeah.
that was
So
pretty fucking evil.
my character wouldn't mention.
No, they were evil.
They were able.
yes, but killing them
Uh,
was an act.
It was
No,
ridding the world
it
of
was-
an evil.
Yeah, it's for paladin types. That's pretty standard.
Is it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Goddamn paladins are disgusting.
my character wouldn't tell that we killed the bandits
I
I
wouldn't-
tied up. But
I
if
wouldn't-
But Diff does.
yeah, but if they've mentioned it, I'm not like denying it or anything. I'm not
Yeah,
just
that's
not
fine.
mentioning it.
Sure.
So, okay, so we just tell them what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be sitting in the back quiet unless they ask me questions.
And yeah. So basically, once you guys are finished, she will say, "All right, as your payment, you have 2 choices. You can either get a magical item worth up to 2,000 gold, or you can get 2,000 gold. And if you get a magical item that's less than 2,000, you'll get the difference."
Oh
I
wait,
raised my hand.
That's pretty sick.
So
Not
what
you.
have you got?
We'll talk about you.
What would this
Damn
magical item be?
Say what?
What would this magical item be? Like,
It's basically you get to choose.
oh,
Oh, of
Sick.
a value for up to 2,000.
For value of
can
up
we
to
see a
2,000 gold.
list or something before we make our choice?
Yeah. Well.
I don't even know what there
Yeah.
is.
So 2,000. So just as a general set, a magic weapon +1. That's all. All it means is you get +1 to hit, +1 to damage. Magic weapon +1 costs 1,000 gold. Or sorry, 2,000 gold.
Okay.
Armor +1. It gives just +1 AC. Is 1,000 gold.
Ooh. Can
Well-
I get a magical breastplate?
No.
Is that within reason?
I'll have to look it up. Etlin, basically, she tells you to go down to the armory to talk to X.
X.
Etlin,
Okay.
she motions you to stay behind and says, "Go ahead and go up and talk to the director."
All right. I do that.
So she'll actually lead you up there. She'll not gonna door, introduce or lead you inside. Harang is kind of an older guy. He basically founded this camp and everything, so it's a little wily, but for someone his age, but he'll look at you and say, "So, son, what is your story?"
Well, what do you want to know? My life story or how I got with the group? Life story is probably a little longer story.
I'd just like to know. It's not out of the realm of possibility to have someone fresh invited to a camp like this. It's happened before. We've come across members who we've liked. I just need to know that I can trust you and rely on you to uphold the values that we do, if you do want to join our group, of course.
Sure.
What do you do? Where'd you come from? What is your plan in life?
My plan in life. I don't really have one of those. Basically, what I've been doing my whole life is basically traveling. Haven't stayed in a place for more than a year. I don't know.
And would you be fine joining up with a group such as ours? Knowing that it might keep you in place for longer than a year?
I mean, it seems fine as long as I get adventures, and which seems like you have a lot of those around here.
Chuckle. Well, that is what we exist for.
Yeah. But, I wouldn't see it as a problem to stay here.
Alright, very well. Now, I'll tell you what. Since you did help out our members with the current task, we'll give you a portion of payment for it as well. It's only fair. Not the full amount that they received, but we'll give you a portion.
Of course.
If you'd like, you can keep with that group. I like those three together. They seem to work well, if not dysfunctionally. But these are how things go.
I chuckle when he says work well together.
And that's why he's followed up, but if not
Yeah.
dysfunctionally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to here. Unfortunately, we can't give you quite as nice quarters currently, as they are being used by, well, people who are already here. But I'm sure you'll make do.
It's probably better than what I've lived in before. Turns out barns don't have that good of a hotel, I guess you would say.
All right. Well, welcome aboard. And he'll pull out a medallion. It's got a same medallion that you've seen on them. It's a silver crescent moon.
I take it. Wear it.
All right.
Proudly.
Yeah.
Jocelyn will hand you your reward.
What is it?
You get
I'm looking it.
you get 1,000 gold.
Sweet.
Wait, what? He got 1,000 gold?
Yeah, you guys get either 2,000 or the equivalent of 2,000.
Oh, it's per person we get 2K?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a party reward.
No. Each one of you gets
Sick.
something.
Yeah.
So
more excited now.
if +1 armor is 1,000 gold, would +2 be 2,000?
I believe it's +2 is 4,000.
Oh.
Likely story.
Yep, +2 is 4,000, +3 is 9,000.
Can we get 2,000
+4
and
is 16.
buy? If we get armor, do we get 1K too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go.
That's what I'm saying. So
+1 armor.
if you don't, you can get a magical item up to 2,000. If you get something less, then they'll give you the rest as cash.
Okay.
Okay.
So can I go
yeah.
buy a +1 armor? No?
Yes.
Sweet. I go do that.
So, yeah, my question was if I could find a magical breastplate. Breastplate is normally 200 gold.
Let me check here.
Alright, that's medium.
Half plate, breastplate.
breastplate.
It's plus 350.
So it's 1350.
You can.
Okay.
So
I will
just
do that.
just sorry, I should say the enchantment is 1,000 gold. So you'd have to then pay out whatever extra you get. So breastplate on top of that would be 350 more.
Wait. What's the complete cost for
So
a
1350.
13. Okay. But I got the gold that was
Yeah,
Right.
so you get 650 gold.
awesome. Awesome. Okay, so I get a magical breastplate and
650 gold.
yeah.
Now, because I just kind of sprang this on you, and actually I wanted to actually earlier say, hey, look for magic items, but I just didn't. What we'll do is if you guys just want to get basic stuff right now, you can, and then if you want to look up other magical items to see if there's anything more specific you want to get. Basically, if it's not just a plus item, which are very good by the way, nothing wrong with them. But if you find something in between this session and next, we'll just swap it around and call it even.
Okay.
Basically, you'll have other stuff that you can put on armor that's equivalent to a +1 or a +2 or so on and so forth. So you can find a book of like magical items and look through it if you want.
Okay. By the way, you said a magical armor gave +1 to its AC value.
Plus
right?
1 OAC.
Not bad. Not bad.
But since we're at camp now, I'm gonna do that thing with the swap of the weapons we talked about.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give them back to Glaive.
Sure.
I'll use the great sword I found.
Okay. What are you getting for your item? Or do you know yet?
I think I'm gonna get +1 chainmail, chain shirt.
Okay. Chain shirt is 250, so it'll be 1250 total.
Okay, so that's a 5 AC bonus. Chain shirt +1. I already had the chain shirt though. Can't I just get the enchantment?
No, it has to be created at the same.
Can I
Yeah,
sell
these-
the
Or actually, yeah. Sorry. You can. You can
I
just,
can?
you can just get your
That
current
was
chain shirt.
Monstercraft.
Sweet. Then.
Oh
it's
no,
only
no,
1,000,
my
right?
mistake. Sorry, you can't because it has to be masterwork.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Can I sell them back my old chain shirt for 100? Or are they like, we gave you that, fuck off?
Pretty much.
Okay, that's fine. So how much gold did I get then?
So 1250 for the cross, so you get 750.
750. Okay, so I have 800.
Diff. Do you know what you want?
I just got +1 armor. Fine.
Oh, can I
Which
change
type?
that for platinum, by the way? So I have
Sure.
80 platinum
Yeah,
instead?
that's fine. Which type do you want?
It's a chainmail.
Chainmail as well. Chainmail, so your total cost is 1300, so you'll get 700 gold extra. And Etlin, you were just getting armor as well?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of armor?
+1 chain shirt.
Okay, so that's 1250 for you as well.
Can we not just
Yeah.
enchant the chain shirt that we already have?
No, because it has to
No,
be
We
be
just said
masterwork.
you can.
Okay,
But
I'll-
it's fine. They'll give it to you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay then.
All right.
That's-
So you guys basically get +1 AC. Now I'm trying to see. Does that? I don't think that adds to saves.
Damn, my armor value just went up a ton.
+2,
awesome.
right? Isn't it?
No, it's +1, but I
Yeah,
gain
I mean,
1 extra.
2 plus,
Yeah.
right?
So you get 2 extra AC.
Yeah, and it has a dex, higher dex modifier as well, so I'm not limited by my dex,
Oh, that's
which
neat.
is nice. So I get 1 extra AC from my dex as well,
Cool.
which is awesome.
This is
That is-
basically to even out the treasures that you guys were supposed to have, basically, until now. All right. Which is the way that I run a lot of these things. Anyway, okay. So, you guys got some time to hang about. You don't really have anything per se. Just to quickly go over what you got here at Lenton. So, I mean, you see the page, the map, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, there's the dormitories where you're staying. There's some stables. You guys return the horses. There's a kitchen that's run by a goblin and his ogre larder master. There's a librarian along with that. There's some alchemy labs, armory that has Warforged. His name is X. It's basically a machine. And yeah, you know, there's a large courtyard. So
Oh yeah,
Just
I
stop
typed
on down.
down. Oh, go ahead, Edlin.
I want to stop by the alchemy labs whenever,
okay, you can stop by there.
and I want to talk to the guy, see if he can get that unidentified thingy identified.
The unidentified thingy.
The guy's name is Ursh. You'll be able to find him between lessons being taught. I'll kind of, you know, eyeball it swimming around this. I've never seen. I'm not sure what this is. Let me hold on to it and I'll get back to you on it.
Sure.
And just a couple of days later, he said, it comes back to you. You know, we'll see you walking around the courtyard. I'm like, oh yeah, potion. I don't think it actually does anything. I think that was a failed experiment.
Ooh. Okay. I can.
It's for genital enlargement. You can buy it back from me.
It's snake
Alright.
oil.
All right. Well, you can keep it, I guess. Or actually, I can keep it and try to trick some people. It'll be fun.
All right. You can probably just pour it down toss it out the side as well. But all right, here you go.
Cool. Thanks.
Here's a potion that does nothing.
All right. Okay, so a few more days, plus another week or so passes, and you guys will end up getting another summons.
Cool.
Awesome. Once again, I open the door naked.
Knowing full well what he'd find.
It's actually a different kid this time.
With such a relief.
There are two of them.
God damn it.
This camp actually houses some orphans, so
Yeah, okay.
who they hope to train up for later.
And they have to see this. Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Somehow he doesn't seem as surprised as the last kid, though.
Yeah, I mean, it is common for people to be like in this day and age, at least.
Probably also talked to each other last time.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, so you get another summons up to Harang's office.
Yeah,
Sweet,
sure.
sweet. I arrive in
Early
my
morning.
dazzling armor.
Ellen, you more or less gotten yourself situated around here at this by now, so you're probably a lot more comfortable. By the way, did you guys have any reaction to the fact that he has a medallion on him? Actually, Etlin, have you showed it off? Is a better question.
I mean, I'm just like wearing it around. Not
Okay.
like, look at this thing I got. Yeah, but
So I don't know.
I-
I don't know if you guys hung out since then. I don't know if you've been just doing your own separate thing.
I
I'm probably-
probably noticed it.
yeah, I'm
Some
probably
point.
talking
Yeah,
to
I-
other people too, trying to like,
Yeah.
get a read.
I'd say we probably all know he has it, and I wouldn't be very
Most folks,
surprised.
seem welcome of you. You know, they
I'm happy
another,
for him.
another person is not a bad thing.
I sort of
A couple of them just are a little bit like, yeah, he never went through the training.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. I was gonna say I sort of muttered that under my breath as
I'm-
when I first hear about it.
But generally, a lot of the people who come here also aren't combat ready.
I make sure to smile as wide as I can at all those people who are like, you went through training. I make sure to be the nicest to those guys. Try and piss them off.
Fair enough. All right, so you get summons up to Harang's office, and once Jocelyn seats you guys, it seats around. Harang will be like, we'll turn around, stand up, gentlemen. So, as you may or may not know, we also provide a regular police type force to Bastion's Hope. We do this through rotation. We send a few men out there. They have their own small force as well, but they sometimes need a little bit more seasoned, veterans running around. So I think it would do you gentlemen fine to head into town. You'll be there for about a month. And that is your next assignment.
Okay. A question. What did I do with my other armor? Did I just return it or get it sold?
What did you do with your other armor?
Yes, that's. I mean. I think yeah.
Now, so
everything
I think
except-
you got your stuff from them, right?
Yeah, except for my father's sword.
Right. So
Everything except-
they'll ask for the old one back. Now, Diff,
Yeah,
I
then
believe you
I-
had something that you brought with you,
Yeah.
so they won't ask for that back. Naturally.
Can I sell it back?
Not here.
Okay.
You can take it with you and try to sell it somewhere else,
Okay.
like
okay.
to the town that you're going. I don't know, Shock. I think you probably got your stuff from here as well, right? So they'll ask
He
for
had
it
to
back
have
too.
his custom made though, didn't he?
No, I don't think so. It's just a
It's
chain
separate.
shirt.
Yeah,
like-
his upper body's
Yeah.
fine. It's his lower body that would have to.
Yep.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
And
that
it
that's
has
some
custom-made
special
samples.
special
Yeah.
tailoring. And at Lynn, of course, you had your own stuff as well, so you're welcome
Yep.
to keep that.
Yeah.
Well, I like turn in my chain shirt to them because they're nice enough to give me a chain shirt plus one.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we'll call that the equivalent exchange here.
Yeah.
Since it was technically more than they gave you. All right. Okay. So yeah, you'll head into town. You'll be in the southeastern barracks of town.
How far did it take for us to travel there, by the
It's
way?
about a half day again, and completely
Uh,
other direction of where you were going to White Birch before. This White Birch was to the north. This is to the west.
Okay.
And as I said, you'll be stationed there for about a month, and then the next rotation will come on in.
Okay. What would we expect to run into here?
Okay,
Like-
so let me just give you a quick rundown of Bastion's Hope. So, because you guys probably know this. So, Bastion's Hope is a fairly sizable town, and by town I mean it's a city. Now, it's also in the last 50, 60 years also become really sorry, someone was saying we're in the chat. Really industrialized in the last about 100 years, I guess. So it's kind of dirty, filthy. There's a lot of people who are really rich. There's a lot of people who are really poor. So there's a lot of slums going on. So there's always some sort of crime happening, spilling out in the streets. So they always need some force to keep people online. And Bastion's Hope itself, as I said, employs some people, but most of the folks who can actually do real, strength fighting, they're going to be a part of camps because they're going to be able to make more money off there.
Yeah. Okay. So we're basically hired policemen.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the sort of contract type stuff you have going on with the city. They pay for regular service, and they don't want to keep everybody there at once. So yeah, so
I guess you were
it's
speaking like barracks or something.
Yeah, you'll be
at
staying in
town.
more or less of a barracks, more of a
Okay,
guard
so not
house because
like-
it's not going to be as big as a barracks. There's only like 6 people, 7 people maybe stationed. There's a few of them strewn throughout town, but you'll be in the southeastern quarter.
Okay.
Now, there's also a river that flows through the city, which is completely dirty and mucky because there's a lot of dumping going on into it. Both waste of human variety and industrial variety.
This is a part in the campaign where I end up murdering somebody for littering.
That'll be fantastic. So you guys are going to be situated in somewhat of the worst part of town. It's there's definitely a divide in the city between like the rich and the poor area. Like it's more or less across the river.
That sucks.
Like London.
Yeah, it's very much like early industrial era London.
Okay.
London's still kind of like that now.
Yeah. So there's the houses there are constructed a little bit weirdly because it started out with just a one-story house, and then they would build on top of it, and they would build on top of that, and they build on top of that, and then they would collapse, and they'd rebuild it, and then would. So the architecture looks kind of funky, and think of a very early industrial era city.
Okay. And we
That's magically
get
influenced.
stationed in the worst part of town. You said.
Maybe not the worst part, but you're definitely not in the happy fun time area.
Yeah. Would it be common for people to look down on us like, they're just hired men, we don't need to show them respect or anything like that, or should we take offense to?
You'd probably
Things
get
like
that
that.
more in the rich part. People in the poorer parts would probably want to avoid you more than anything else because you carry around weapons.
Yeah. And an extremely fancy armor.
Yes.
And the only thing we're doing is just watching out, or are we looking for anything in particular?
If they have anything that they need you to do, they'll tell you there. There'll be a
Right.
guard captain there
Yeah.
who will
Who's
inform you
hiring
of the
us?
situation. It's the city itself.
The city itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
The city
Is there
council.
a similar lord or mayor of the town?
It's a city council.
city council.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's a group of 12 individuals who
Okay.
generally are the most wealthy individuals. That's how you
Cool.
get the
I think we
council.
got the general gist of the town.
So also,
Okay,
the way
thanks.
that the town is so they built a town, then they built a wall around the town, and then the town kept growing. So not only they built up, but there's houses outside of the walls, even so it's surrounding the area. So there's houses, wall, more houses, or buildings.
Okay.
Interesting.
I assume there would be farmlands and stuff just outside of the walls as well.
Well, so not quite, because that's what I was saying, that the way that I mean, there are some, but not enough to feed everyone. So that's why that's what I was saying when we had set up the show, is that these city states vie for the White Birch, for example.
Yeah.
They would be okay, White Birch, you're selling to us, and so these city states vie against each other for these other outside plots of land, which bring in food, raw materials, so on